What's up, family? This is your boy Elder Willis.
I am Morpheus.
Give thanks to the new subscribers. Keep them coming. I like to holler at y'all for a minute about a video that I found on YouTube about a man describing what he thinks Noah's Ark was. The Ark of Noah, however you want to call it. It was very interesting. So we're going to check this thing out. I am a man that likes to keep an open mind on things. So let's hear him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe with notifications on. I am Morpheus. This is the second block I'm gonna do in English. The first one was a little introduction of myself. This one is actually like I do them in Holland. A block in this case about, well, I think about religion actually. I got to explain to you a few things. A couple of weeks ago I was in Switzerland and I met a bloke from the Catholic Church. Not some priest, well he was a priest, but I mean he was pretty high up on the Vatican, pretty high up in Switzerland. Really a guy that had all the respect from all the Catholics. And I actually liked him. He was a nice bloke. He offered me a cigar, and people that offer me a cigar I always like. I like a smoke, I can't help it. The discussion was that I, as a Buddhist, feel that the best way of living is trying to live in harmony with whatever around you. And that means I like to live in harmony with the animals that are around me. But I also like to live in harmony with the people that are around me. And that's not on a socialist base, because in America I know they love to call everything socialist. But the fact that I like it to help someone else, because I know that he then might help me later on if I need it. If you do it out of your heart, people will feel that, they will understand it. And you will see that you feel better in the whole world you live in. If you're nice to the people in the office, they will be nicer to you too. It's a simple way of living, that's a society. But the thing was, I do not believe in anything, but I do respect any religion. But we were talking a little while and then we came up with one story and I said, now I have to ask you something. How do you feel about the Ark of Noah? You see, what is with that? He said that was the Lord helping to save humans and animals, one of every species, to stay alert and to take whatever away. I said, okay, big deal. Now tell me, where on that ark, because I read the book, I have read the Bible, otherwise you cannot talk about it. And I've seen thousands of pictures that have been made over that over the years. But in all those pictures I never saw one black guy. I never saw a Chinaman. I never saw an Indian guy. I never saw anything with another color of skin than white. So now explain to me, if the Bible is so open to the whole world, we try to spread the news to Africa, whatever. How can you explain to those people that there were no blacks in the Ark of Noah? And the guy looked at me and said, okay, now you got a point.
What? I believe that Adam and Eve and Noah and his wife were black.
What?
Were black. Scientifically speaking, I don't see how it could be any other way. For there to be such a variation of color in the human race, you have to have a lot of melanin, skin tone, skin color, before you can have a lack of it. You can't have it the other way around. You can't have hardly any melanin or skin color and all of a sudden have more. It just doesn't work that way. So I believe that Adam and Eve, and I believe that Noah and his wife were black, and according to them and their ethnicities, even the old woodcut pictures in Bible show Pharaoh as a black man. Ham was the father of the Canaanites, and they were known as very dark people. I do not believe that Ham or his son was cursed with dark skin color because of some sort of sin or some sort of curse that Noah put upon them. That's ridiculous, because Noah himself was black. The color of their skin had nothing to do with the curse that's mentioned in Scripture. Jews and Hebrews come from Shem, the son of Noah, which was of a dark complexion, and was the father of all the Semitic and Arabic peoples. But Shem was not as dark as his brother Ham, who was the father of all the black ethnicities. Japheth was the
But why do you get to this? So, well, let me explain to you. I got to this because years, and I mean years ago, this is something like 30 years ago, I had the chance to look at some original paintings from Nepal. They were made somewhere around the year 1000. And in those paintings you saw a picture of the earth with little balloon-like points over it, something like 50, all over the world spread out. And then on the next page you could see a more closer look on it. And you saw something that looked like a big balloon with a circle under it, where people were coming out, where animals were coming out.
When my time comes, forget the one that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be mad.
And surprisingly, in North America, you could see people coming out with a little brown skin. You saw buffaloes. And the balloon that was standing on North Europe, you saw people with a very pale skin and white hair. And you saw cows coming out. And in Africa, I saw elephants and giraffes and black people. And if you look at the whole scale map, everywhere I saw different races coming out. So my suggestion to the guy was, is it not possible that instead of one Ark of Noah, there actually were spaceships dropping off people from different planets, but all with a humanoid background? Guy had to think a few about it, but he said, in case we take it as those planets and the people on it were created by God, he said, I'm willing to accept it. That was a surprise. I mean, that means that a guy from the Catholic Church was willing to accept the fact that we're not born on earth. That was a step forward. The only thing is, he still wanted to have the creator of all created those planets. That might be not something that I like. But it also makes something, if you go from the idea that we come from different planets, that also is an explanation for something. Have you ever, let me put it this way, a black and a white get married. Then we have an Indian who marries a Chinese. They both have children that are of mixed race. Those children marry. And guess what? The next time they got children, it is black, it is white, it is Indian, or it's Chinese. But you don't see in the second generation that they're still mixtures. And sometimes even 4 or 5 generations on, suddenly a black or a white lady has a child from the opposite color. That does mean somehow that Mother Nature and our DNA doesn't allow us to mix. So we are separate species. We're definitely different races. We're definitely from a different planet. Well, I don't say that it is like that, but it is what I feel it is. And if you take the Ark of Noah, he tried to blame me. The Ark of Noah and God made the water rise. Try to explain to me how you want to make water rise. There is so much water on earth, and there's no more water than there is, so you cannot flood the whole earth. What is possible is that the moon has come so close to the earth that it sucked the water up. And if the earth drifts a little slower, it actually takes that water, keep it high up, and you got a big flood like a big tsunami, but then a slow one that actually goes all over the earth. What would be an explanation for a flood? Actually, I can imagine that one. It's not that hard to imagine, actually. I think that every university with a good computer can show you an image and simulate this. And that could be the whole flute. And maybe after that they found a nice clean planet and said, hey, that planet has the circumstances that we need. We got people from our planets and we're going to place them on Earth and see if they can work as a society. Because let's be realistic, what we see as a Neanderthal man, yeah. Do you really believe that Darwin story? The crazy things, I don't have another answer, but I don't believe Darwin. Just try to generate. For instance, let me give a simple example. There are sheep in South America who their eyes are now totally black. That's because the sun has become so bright that they have developed in a way that their eyes are now like bloody sunglasses. That process has taken about 6 generations of sheep. What is it? 6 times 4 years? If you want to do something like that, and it will be in that speed with humans, 6 generations would take something like 400 years. So if you want to get from the development point of where a little snaky thing get legs, get on the land, generation after generation, that's fine, till the point where you get close to humanoid, like the monkeys. And believe me, from then on, it takes too long. That would mean that the Neanderthal man would have been lived something like 100,000 years BC. It's a nice subject, and I placed it on YouTube in the hope that people will actually respond to it.
Please subscribe with notifications on.